Hello my beautifuls, welcome to Cosmic Love Tarot. My apologies, I haven't been on here, I think about 5 days, I'm not quite sure. I also work as an holistic therapist, so I've been quite busy. I will try, I am really trying my best to stay a little bit in front of myself, but it's not quite working with the tarot card reading. So anyway, let's get to this. I don't know if this is going to be just a brief reading. I've got my day off today, so I thought I'd get quite a few card readings in for you all. So anyway, before we start, let's just clear away any energies and bring in protection for us all, as Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, to clear any negative energies and just bring in love and light. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Right. What happened this morning? And it is for this reading. I got 1111. And I really felt it was more of twin flame, and I felt it was more to do with a separation, because the songs that I just keep on getting over and over again is it's raining, tears in my eyes, since you gone, all I do is cry. Sorry about the singing, but check that out. It's raining, it's the words. And it feels separation, very emotional, feels like a broken kind of energy. And what this reading is going to be about, it's more about releasing. So I've already pulled out some cards just to get more clarity on the 1111 read, what I got from the clock, 1111. You may also be seeing a lot of repeated numbers, synchronicities. I do feel the energy that I'm picking up for you, you're getting a lot of, you are getting clarity, but something is keeping you stuck. You can't quite move on from your past experience. Now, the first card that came out is about releasing the root cause of this stuckness. It feels it's something that you're just staying still. You're not moving forward. You're not releasing, you're not ascending. And that's what the divine wants you to do. They need you to let go. So by releasing the root, it's showing that you cannot fully heal. Okay, that you're afraid. You're afraid to name. It's like you're afraid to name the monster is what I just got. You're afraid to name the monster. Something that you're scared of. Maybe it's something within yourself that you're scared of your potential, scared of trying something new. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, the divine is asking you to trace the pain back to the roots. It feels more of a childhood wounding to me. Something that needs to be looked at. Okay, the divine is asking you to look at what is that fear base, something that belongs into the past, the shadow self, that needs to be released. Need to let go of it so that you can move on from the heartbreak of the past for your ascension, for you to elevate your energy. Your energy determines your reality, to lift your vibration and to watch the world shift. Okay, if you can hear any noise in the background, I have got my wash machine on. For you to release the pain from the past is to help you then to find your clarity, to see it clearly, see something from a different perspective. Once you let go, by letting go of what could have been, it's a grief, it's something that has been hidden in your story. something that you've been holding on to. I'm picking up toxicity, I'm picking up addictions, I'm also picking up narcissism. Not that I'm calling you a narcissist, but it feels to me that you attract them. And because of that, it's created a lot of pain, a lot of heartache. And I feel it's because of your own self, or lack of self-worth, lack of self-love, which belongs to the root of the problem. Okay? And it's time for you to embrace your own shadow. Something that you need to see for you to release it. Because it's only in your shadow that you will find the truth of the cause, to the root, to the problem. I'm picking up, it feels that you have been, in your past, you're caught up in that belief of who you think you are, as in a lack of, you're not worthy, you're not worthy. You're not worthy to be loved. You're not worthy. It's that unworthiness, the energy I'm picking up. It's something that's been stuck within you. Even though you know that you have potential, you know that you're worth everything. You're worth to be loved because you give love. You're very nurturing, you're very kind and gentle in your relationships. But it just feels there's just something that's holding you back. It feels like a stapler. I'm seeing a stapler, a staple of connecting your root to the toxicity of the shadow self that stops you from growing any further. It's binding you into the root cause of the problem. I'm not saying if you've been in a toxic relationship, I'm not saying that they're not the problem. They are the problem, but it's what you've attracted into your energy, into your life experience, because of the lack of. You've got a lack of something that we need to explore, okay? So we'll look into that in a minute. By releasing that, you are releasing all your past wounds. The card underneath the deck is releasing your past wounds. Hold your energy hostage. Let go of what no longer serves you and make space for healing. Okay, so this is the overall energy of where you're at now, and that's why I saw the number 1111 and the song that keeps coming to me, It's Raining, It's Raining. Rain also will represent, how I interpret rain, is cleansing. It's cleansing away any negativity, any negative energy. It's very much like being baptised by the divine. That's how I see the rain. It clears away any stagnant energy. Yeah, that's what I'm picking up from that song, actually, even though the words in that song is about since you've gone, all I do is cry. When somebody help me, somebody help me. And somebody help me. So you've been asking for help, you've been asking the divine for help. They're helping you, but you're not recognizing something that you need to release from the past. Okay, so we will go into that. Now, I got 3 more cards here that I've pulled out because I wanted to know the cause that put you into that stuck energy. And I am feeling it is a narcissist relationship, very much of a love bomber. It was a love bombing, intense energy that happened. I'm seeing it happened very, very quickly. Very quickly. But as soon as it came in, it went, and you're left in that kind of stuck energy of what the hell just happened, but it's something also triggered what is in your root cause to lack of. Okay, it feels with this energy that you were in prior to going into the dark night of the soul, it feels to me, into a deep darkness of maybe a depression or whatever. I call it a dark night of the soul while I'm picking up from here. I feel in your past relationship it was a very much love bombing energy. It comes in and then it goes, it comes in and then it goes. Never knew where you stood, always left confused, always left dangling, not knowing where you stood. It feels to me that you had enough courage. That's interesting, and I'll tell you why, right? This card here, it's go, you lost me, the final straw, self-respect, and power move. She's holding an umbrella. I've only just noticed that. It's raining, tears in my eyes. Okay. Something needed to be cleaned, cleansed, cleared away. You're aiming towards gaining clarity. You've been asking for this. You've been asking for clarity. But something was keeping you stuck. Okay, let's find out then. Let's find out what kept you stuck. What is it at the root of the problem for you? Now take this, whatever resonates with you. This could be you. You might have already done your healing. Or this could be the other person in question. I don't know. Only you know the story. Okay, I've got Unlovable here. It's about you practicing self-acceptance and to love yourself with all your flaws. Seeing all the good, the bad, and the indifference within you. All the past mistakes. Are you hard on yourself? Are you being hard on yourself? Blaming yourself? That's kept you stuck in the root cause. You keep repeating old patterns. It's time to try something new. Divine is asking you that you need to change your perspective. It's something that you needed to see. I feel this love bomber energy came in. It feels very much of that. People come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. I feel that I am picking up that you was already on your spiritual path. You've already done a lot of self-healing. You already know where you were going to. But there was something at the core of something that still stopped you from transcending. It's like, it feels like a next level of something. And for you to go back to the root of the cause of the problem, you would have already done a ton of healing. And so when you was love bombed, you felt that you was already healed. You felt like you was already there. And I feel that you are. You are, and you always was. But something happened where you was love bombed. Maybe Valentine's. And it was a incoming, it was in, out energy. Never knew where you stood. That eventually you let go. But you're in, it feels pain to it. You're in pain to it. But that pain belongs to the root cause to it. And it's something that needs to be seen for you to elevate your energy. You're going on to, it feels another timeline. You're shifting, but something needs to be seen. It feels more childhood. So we're going to go into those cards in a minute. Okay. I've got playing games there. You need to play games, or they needed to play games. Maybe your life has always been based on people not being honest and truthful. Deceiver, I've got. Always deceiving you. Never being honest, never being truthful. Wearing a mask, wearing a persona, having a motive, what's the word? It's a material motive. You never knew where you stood with people. You never knew if they was being genuine around you, because you was always genuine as you could be. Okay? But people saw you as too much, too intense, too deep. You saw things on levels that other people couldn't see. So they projected onto you. So they projected their own shadow self, their own insecurities onto you, where you were being open and honest. Too open, in fact. You gave too much of yourself because you also needed answers. I feel that you've always been a very, very enlightened person, very spiritual, very empathic. You've always been open. And when you've been stuck, you've turned to maybe family, maybe friends, people that's close to you in the past, where you've talked about how you see things, or if you're hurting, you've expressed it of what you see or what you've discovered about yourself. But it goes beyond, it goes far beyond what other people can understand. So they've always seen you as intense, confusing, lost. They've never seen you, that they can't see your gifts because they can't see their own. But you've spoken to them. It's a bit of a confusing energy that I'm picking up. It feels as if you used to talk to people in your past about your own experiences, what you've learned through it. If you're going through any heartache, loss, pain, but they could never understand your pain because they've never gone through the same pain. They've never looked at it with the same intensity that you look at it, because you're looking from a soul level. Whoever you're talking to or spoken to in the past, they can't see that. So you've always been lost in not finding the answers, not finding the right person to help you and guide you and support you. Spiritually, that is. Without recognising in the past that your spirit guide has always been with you anyway, always helping you and guiding you through all of your healing process. But there's something that you needed to access where it's to do with the root cause. There's a root cause, and I'm picking up childhood wounding. That needs to be released. It's releasing the past wound. That's all that's left on your healing journey. There's just something there that you need to discover and let go. It's like releasing that staple. That's the only way I can describe it. You're retreated. Your fear of being hurt has made you retreat. It's time to get out and try again. The divine wants you to move forward. But you can't move forward until you know what that root cause is, okay? Okay, so I'm going to just put this on pause and I'll go and get another deck. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I never know where I'm going with my cards, so I've now got the Inner Child Oracle, okay? So this will help us to see what needs to be healed, what needs to be released. I've also got Healing the Spirit, okay? Because it's just something of that, it's like a staple. That's the only way I can... It's something that's just tied you. It feels like, I'll tell you what it feels like now. It feels like, you know, a link and a chain. Okay, it's like that, right? Link and a chain of the ancestral bloodline. That's what the root is. It feels that that link, it's like a staple. That link is ready to be released, but it's not quite pulled apart for you to transcend, because it feels like in the shadow self, if you've been doing deep healing through your last connection, because it was something that needed to shift you back to the root cause of how you always used to perceive yourself as this. It's something wounded in the past, but I'm picking up more of an ancestral wound that's been given, passed through the bloodline over and over again, generation after generation. So that link needs to be released, okay? But it needs to be seen first. You can't just release that link. You've got to know what that link was about, what that tie was to the past lineage of woundings. The wounding of the feminine, that's the energy that I'm picking up. So, okay, so let's see. It's a time to remember. It's a time to remember to look back on your childhood, okay? That's where we're going with the root of the problem. What is it that needs to be seen? You are wanted. There is a home waiting within you. Something in your childhood wounding that's been passed through generation after generation of the feminine, the female line, bloodline, you felt not wanted. It's the abandonment issue. The abandonment. Feeling of not being wanted. But you have been discovering that you are home to yourself. You are home to the divine. You are home to God. But still something needed to be released. And the only way to do that is to be still. To cultivate a space of stillness and silence and just be. Meditation. Deep meditation. Reflective journaling may be a good thing as well. I feel that you've done a lot of this work. You've done a lot of it. But there's still something that belongs to the past family lineage, which is the root of the problem that you are releasing. I'm going to keep on shuffling these until I get another card, because it is time for you to remember. We're going to go more deep into these anyway. One more. Speak to yourself with kindness. Become aware of how you speak to yourself. That's what's really important right now with that energy. How do you speak to yourself? You can speak to yourself with I'm not worthy or I am worthy. Because it feels like that not wanted, that abandonment. That could be what the main root is, if not of the way that you speak. You've carried it through into your timeline of not being wanted. through your past relationships, self-taught, negative self-taught is keeping you stuck because it still belonged to the root of not being wanted. It's a feminine that was never seen, never heard. It's about you setting boundaries. Maybe setting boundaries with family, setting boundaries in your relationships, because I feel that you was always very, very open. It's time to protect your energy. I'm also picking up, you may also have a platform. You may also, whatever it is that you do, you may be very open. There's something about that openness that also needs to be protected. It's like protecting whatever it is that you are planning, because I do feel that you've done a lot of healing work anyway. Whatever it is that you're planning in your future, I'm picking something else up now. Whatever that you're planning for your future, don't share it with anybody. Keep quiet with that. Because on your ascension path, you've got to be very consciously aware of who you are interacting with, because it's all about energy. It's all about who you're interacting with, how open you are about your own fears, any fear that you have. It feels very much like these negative parasites that will zoom straight in and feed on your fear. Feeding on your fear of not being wanted. And so when things starts to go wrong, you blame yourself. Again, then it's self-taught or self-thinking of destructive thoughts. And the divine needs you to stop doing it. So stop expressing too much about your inner world to people where it can be a detriment to you and your growth. Recognizing now that it is about the deep wounding of not being wanted. And through that feeling of not being wanted, it creates not being seen, not being heard. So you overcompensated by giving too much. If people are not ready to hear what you've got to say, don't worry about it. They're not ready to hear it. The ones that's meant to hear what you have got to say will hear it. It's time for you to remember who you are, to look back at your childhood, to let love guide you. Choose to see the good in the world today. Let love in to guide you. Let the divine in. Trust the divine. Trust what your heart tells you. Self-love is so important. Again, that's come out. You are wanted. You are wanted. There is a home waiting for you. Once you let love guide you. Self-love. Okay? So that's quite interesting. Underneath, setting boundaries again came out. Setting boundaries. People that don't serve your highest good, you set your boundaries to it. So time to remember. Let love guide you. You are wanted. Okay? And if this resonates with you, this has been the root cause for you to let go. Because you believe that you was not wanted. You're not a wanted person, but you are wanted. You have a very important mission. Importance. There's something within your heart, your soul, to fulfill. I'm being drawn back to, and I've got to show you this, when I said your heart to fulfill. okay? Release past wounds, hold your energy hostage. Let go of what you no longer serves you and make space for healing. True love can never really be lost. Your spirit healer and helpers are with you. Your spirit guides are around you. Your ascendant masters are around you, helping you, leading you into the direction that you're meant to be going into. They're giving you a spiritual hug. I'll tell you what I'm picking, it's beautiful. The very first card when I started this reading, releasing the root. Okay? Look at the divine coming down to show you that something here needs to be released. It's that chain. It's understanding what has been binding you, generate lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. It's the feminine energy of not being wanted, the abandonment issue. Not being seen, not being heard. Spirit, your spirit guides are giving you a big, massive hug. And it's time for you to trust. Trust in the wise spirits and your prayers will be answered. Okay? Let's see what's happening here. Let's go for the 3D now of what's happening in the 3D. Because it's all about you trusting that you are deserving. Okay? Let's see what's happening. You're moving on. It will help you to move on. Someone is unavailable. A waste of time. It's over. Okay? This is about you letting go. The song, it's raining, tears in my eyes. It's letting go. The water, the rain is also about purifying, clearing away the energies. It's like a baptism, a new birthing, a new beginning. Okay, I got honeymoon here, honeymoon phase, attending someone's wedding. You may be invited to somebody's wedding. Could be somebody abroad. Got a date night. Get ready to be wined and dined. Could be somebody new coming into your life. Somebody that you might have known before that doesn't live around you. Somebody that lives in a different country. Because I've got to hear they'll be back. Expect to hear from them soon. Could be receiving a letter, message, text message, email. Could be hearing from somebody from the past. Could be a past love. Past love isn't always a romantic love. It could be just a past love of somebody that you once knew. But again, date night has come up anyway. So, okay, that's just confirmed it is a love. A commitment. Things are getting serious. Somebody is going to be coming into your life. Once you release that not feeling wanted, once you release that, that's been binding you, keeping you stuck, you gain clarity, you'll be moving forward, moving on to a different timeline. That's the energy I'm picking up. And it was only from that, on that timeline, you are going to be meeting the right person. That's going to be coming in. Could be somebody that you already know, but not really. Might be somebody that you know from the past. Not necessarily, it's not this low vibe energy. I know that for a fact. It's not. It's a different timeline. It's a different energy. It feels somebody that you know, maybe not has a relationship with, but it's the energy that you're going to be connecting in with on that timeline. And cycles, fate, karma, something ending, something beginning, because of releasing the root cause of not being needed. You didn't value yourself enough. You didn't feel that you was important enough. You didn't feel that you contributed enough in relationships or in friendships. But that belonged to the ancestral bloodline. It's not going to happen just yet, but it will happen. You've got to work. You've got to release this first. You've got to work with this. Okay, trust in the divine. Everything happens in divine timing. And I did get 1111 when I started. So, yeah, it's a good energy. And like I said, you was already in a good place anyway, but you got knocked back by this. It feels like a narcissistic kind of love bomber who came in very romantic, you know, the roses, you know, it could have happened on Valentine's Day, you know, this just bombing you with love and romance and those promises of happy ever afters, and then disappeared again, and then come back in again, and then disappeared again, and you've let go of it. But it was only through that experience, and I feel it was a brief experience. It was only through that experience it knocked you back to, because you'd already done a lot of healing, it knocked you back down to the root cause of not being needed. And why I know I feel I'm repeating it, because it feels like you wouldn't even been sat there if you understood that you are needed. If people don't appreciate you, you don't need to stay there. If they wasn't going to be there, you just go. It's like, well, that's up to you. If you're not gonna appreciate me, then basically fuck off. But it feels like, because it was something that within your soul that just kept you stuck, and you just waited, and it was like you was being played, even though you've done deep healing. You've done a lot of healing. Okay, I hope this is making sense. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but anyway, if it makes sense to you, it will. Okay. You've been used in the past anyway. You've been used because you've always overcompensated. You've always give. You give your time. You give your trust. You give your money. Everything that you do, you've always given, because you're very empathic. You're a carer. You're a giver. And it was always out of balance. And it's time for you to find that root cause of not being needed. Okay, yeah. Somebody's going to be coming again. Once you move on to that new timeline, once you release this, carry on working with your spirit guides, carry on doing what you've been doing anyway. If this resonates with you, that has been the core. It's not, you've done the healing. I feel that you've done that healing with your immediate family, but this belongs to the ancestral, something that's in the root cause to it. And if this is resonating with you, then I have just told you. Okay, we're going to do a reading, a card. We're going to pull a card now for the messages from the universe for you. Okay, it's going to be a random. Oh, I just want to say also, I will never ever inbox anybody and ask if you would like a reading. So if you are receiving anything like that, it is not from me. I just want to make that quite clear. Okay. I'm not taking any private readings at the moment, but I will be in the future. That's something that's all in the pipeline. Okay. I will let you know though. Okay. For you, messages from the universe of your next stage on your next timeline. What message do they need to give you? When going through tough times, it is important to remember that nothing up to this point has defeated you. You've overcome challenges before. Be kinder to yourself. Be thankful for all that you already have. Okay? On the other side of that deck is, if you didn't get something you really wanted at this time, if you feel stuck or feel like things are not going according to your plans, know that something bigger and better is coming. It's something filled with divine magic that couldn't come into your life if you were to receive what you are asking for now. How interesting that, because you're on a different timeline, you're transcending, you're elevating your energy, and it's only from releasing that link you are transcending and you're moving on to a different timeline. Once you've moved on to that timeline, somebody is going to be coming in and connecting, because I feel that you already know this person, but it's been like that. That timeline has been like that, kind of. And you've been trying to elevate your energy and didn't know what was keeping you tied into that route. Okay. This is the energy I'm picking up for you. So I wish you all the very best with this. So I hope this resonated. I hope that it's brought you clarity, and I hope that I'm doing a lot of open here, and I hope that it's helped you to release that link to the past of what kept you stuck. Okay, so I wish you all the best in your next timeline. So God bless.